Alright, so all this week we've been talking about the other 23 hours. That is the 23 hours in your day where you're not working out, you're not exercising, and the importance of those 23 hours in helping you reach your fitness goals. Now, two of the most common fitness goals I hear from people are they want to improve their core strength and they want to improve their flexibility. So let's talk about the core strength. And this is really tied into our video from last week, but so much of improving your core or your trunk endurance, right, your abdominal muscles, your low back muscles, has to do with, you can do so much for building the strength, the endurance of those muscles by when you find yourself in your other 23 hours sitting down with good posture, forcing yourself to sit up nice and tall. We don't like to sit up tall because why? Because our muscles are having to work to hold us in position. But that's what builds a lot of that endurance of our back muscles, of our core muscles, right? If you're driving a lot, that's a huge place. Instead of just slouching down in the back of that comfortable seat, force yourself to shove your butt right up against the corner of your seat and sit up nice and tall. Sit with the shoulders back as you're on the steering wheel. You don't need to be hunched over, slouched over in that seat. It's all these little places where you're sitting down where you can still be working on that core endurance. Another big one, flexibility. And I do this. I spend a ton of time stretching out. However, like I was mentioning last week briefly, I have seen a lot more improvements in my hamstring flexibility, not because I've been stretching my hamstrings out more, but because I force myself to pick things up off the ground and not be lazy when I'm doing it. So instead of picking this piece up off the chalk off the ground like this with my back rounded, that doesn't do anything for my hamstring flexibility. What does is keep my back in a nice neutral position. All right, bend down and pick up my chalk. Feel a good stretch in the hamstrings. Doing that throughout the day. There we go. A ton of flexibility work there. Just by moving correctly, we can improve our flexibility and our mobility and do a lot to build our trunk, or a lot of people like call it their core endurance. So take advantage of your other 23 hours.